being one of the initial jobs that you do get in the original Final Fantasy, the Red Mage is pretty interesting in terms of its history. Sometimes it's actually one of the best jobs that anyone could get, and then there's other games where the Red Mage is just not very particularly useful. Unfortunately, in Final Fantasy V, the Red Mage kind of falls into the latter category, unfortunately, but it's actually got one of the best abilities in the entire game that most anyone that strives to be a mage would definitely want to spend some time as a red mage. Hi folks, this is RunnerStorm331 back again. This time we're going to be covering the Red Mage for Final Fantasy V, and this will be the last for today's guides. Red Mage is one of the 6 jobs you get from the Water Crystal Shards at Wales Tower after you defeat Galulga. Of course, you won't get the Mine job until later on in World 3. But Red Mage is not very powerful in this game because, unfortunately, even though it does have a very good wide range of weaponry equipped from knives, swords, rods, staves, and even flails, its magic ability to use a variety of magic is not nearly as good. Now, I might be wrong, but Red Mages in Final Fantasy 1 tend to have up to like level 5. In this game, you can only use up to like level 3 in both white and black magic spells. The first 3 spells, in terms of abilities, you'll mostly learn red magic for the most part, and you'll get access to up to level 3 from those abilities. In terms of modifiers, the Red Mage is basically has +8 on both Strength and Magic, +5 on Agility, and -6 on Stamina. So Red Mages are not very durable, even though they can equip some pretty interesting armor options. But their weapon options are actually pretty decent in general. But technically, in terms of magic, it definitely gets outclassed by a lot of the other mages. Heck, even Geomancer, which doesn't rely heavily on MP, for the most part, can out-edge Red Mage in general. Even Blue Mage can outdo it, Time Mage can outdo it, White Mage can outdo it. Of course, it doesn't even hold a candle against the likes of Black Mage and Summoner, of course. But technically, Red Mage does have one ability that we're going to be going over right now that makes it a must-have, and it's arguably one of the most infamous abilities to get the entire game aside from learning Mimic. And that, of course, is Dual Cast. Dual Cast, of course, is, when mastered, gives that party member the ability to cast up to 2 spells of their choice. Technically, you can combine Time Mage's Quick Spell with this, and you can not only get 1 cast, but you can definitely get up to 4 times spell casting, pretty much, with this applied. So this actually existed before Final Fantasy VI's Soul Thamasa plus Quick combo became a thing. But technically, other jobs can definitely benefit from the dual casting. Now, of course, as to why this is actually one of the more expensive job abilities, like Mimic, because the amount we're talking about is 999 AP. So basically, when you combine that with the other job abilities, you're looking at about at least a total of not only 160 for Red Magic 1 through 3, but you're also, when you add 160 with 999, that would be 1,059 ABP to acquire. So it is a very, very expensive job to invest towards, but it's definitely well worth it if you're looking to get characters that are going to be dedicated mages throughout the entire game. And of course, the ability to cast up to 2 spells is always nice. White mages can apply more healing and buffing. Black mages and summoners can do more attacking. Time mages can either attack, buff, or whatever. And even blue mages can get a little bit more mileage with their blue magic. So dual cast is pretty OP for the most part. It's just a shame that most of the spells that you do get as a red mage are wind up kind of falling off the deep end by the time you get to World 2 for the most part. I've already covered the magic for White Mage and Black Mage, but I'm going to go ahead and cover the 3 just as a little reminder for those that are just looking at this guide for the first time. So for your for Red 1 on the White Magic, at least, you get access to Cure, Libra, and Poisona. Cure, of course, is your standard healing spell. You'll be using that until you get access to Cura. Libra, of course, will be used to identify your enemy's HP level and any weakness they might have. Poison, of course, will allow you to cure any poison status on your party members. Your level 2 red magic from the white magic category will consist of Silence, Protect, and Mini. Silence, of course, inflicts silence debuff on enemy targets. Protect will allow you to buff up one party member's physical defenses and reduce the damage. Mini, of course, will debuff enemies to be shrunk, weakening their overall defenses and attack. Your Red 3 White Magic category will consist of Cura, Rise, and Confuse. Cura is actually way better than Cure, and you'll be using that more if you get this during a 4-job fiesta. Rise, of course, will allow you to revive any party member that's been KO'd. And Confuse will be used to inflict any confusion on your enemies, assuming if they're not protected against confusion. Now we'll go over the same with the Black Magic for the Red Mage. So you'll get your access to Fire, Blizzard, and Thunder for your standard Fire, Ice, and Lightning damage. Poison, of course, is used to poison enemies. Sleep, of course, is used to put enemies to sleep. And Toad's used to turn enemies into toads. Not much to say about them. And of course, you get access to Fire, Blizzara, and Thundara for your upgrades, and they're the only upgrades you get as Red Mages. So by the time you get to level 3, you're basically done learning any magic as a Red Mage. Which kind of stinks, because if it had been allowed to go up to level 4, you would have gotten Bio, which would have been nice. But unfortunately, it's just the way they developed it. It is kind of sad. But anyway, the whole point of Red Mage is supposedly to master the almighty dual cast. And that is basically what you want to be doing most of the time with your Red Mage if you're going to dedicate any party members to becoming mages, for the most part. Technically, the jobs that do benefit dual casting will usually include White Mage, Black Mage, Time Mage, Summoner, and of course Blue Mage. Now, of course, I do not have the job here because I have not gotten the Mime job. Oh, I did. Never mind. But anyway, the Mime also gets a lot of mileage with dual cast, since this job is more geared heavily for mage classes as opposed to physical attacking, but it still has the same benefits that freelancers get when they any party member masters jobs and goes into this job. Which means you will get 3 abilities, so definitely include your dual cast and any 2 spells that you want to apply to that job. And that's pretty much it for Red Mage. So anyway, I will highlight these guides either tonight or tomorrow and then try to upload them to YouTube. Unfortunately, it'll probably take some time for Monk and probably Ninja as well, because I accidentally hit audio, so I might have to be a little bit more careful when I do my highlights. So my apologies on those. If I have to redo them, I will. But anyway, I hope these guides help you and get you interested in the Final Fantasy V or the 4-job fiesta. Keep in mind there is a 4-job fiesta going on right now. If you do want to try your luck, there is Final Fantasy V available for Pixel Remaster on its own or a bundle. Sold on most of the current consoles, namely for PlayStation and Nintendo Switch. So be sure to get those if you're interested in trying that out. So anyway, we need to cover the next 4 jobs that we need to do. So next time we come back, I think we'll be covering Beastmaster, Blue Mage, Bard, and of course the Thief. All in that order. So we'll be covering these guys eventually. So once we get done with them, the only ones left to be talked about are the Samurai, the Summoner, Mime, and Freelancer. So by the time we get through the next 4 guides, after this, those will be the only jobs left to talk about. We'll save the Mime and the Freelancer for last, because we got to get the other jobs taken care of. Anyway, I hope this will help anyone that's interested in playing Final Fantasy V get their feet wet, and of course, and hopefully these guys will get you all a good idea as to what you'll be expecting to see when you play this game. But let's just say I'm just putting my knowledge out in the pool for anyone to get into it. And I will catch you all later, and thank you all for stopping by to watch these guides. And I will see you all next time. This is RotorStorm331 signing off. Have a great day, take care, and I will see you all next time.